Are you ready to kickstart your dopamine? Folks, this is a very common problem when you don't feel every single morning like you're ready to go and ready to accomplish things. Our biology, our brain chemistry is different on every single morning. But the truth is, the insight that I want you to take away from this live session is that you are in control of your biology. You can take certain actions, really fast actions, really simple actions, and you can change your biology, you can change your brain chemistry, and you can start feeling motivated and not lazy and ready to go and energized and focused when you need it on demand. As long as you know how to jumpstart, kickstart your own body, your own brain. How cool is that? It's kind of like ignition for your own brain. If you are a driver and you have a car, you can jumpstart your engine with a turn of a key. So this is kind of like that, but for your brain. The feeling of motivation and energy and focus and readiness for action most of it is about two chemicals: adrenaline in the brain, that is called norepinephrine or noradrenaline, and also dopamine. And norepinephrine, adrenaline in our brain is actually made of dopamine. So the first thing you want to focus on is jump starting your dopamine. And you can do it really easily. And it works every time. As long as you're a human being, it's going to work for your brain. So on the mornings when I don't feel like doing much, and this happens for every freaking single human being on earth, whether you are Jocko Willink or a Navy SEAL or whoever it is you admire for their productivity, for their ability to get things done every single day continuously, seemingly feeling like it every single day. They do something that you don't do that jumpstarts that dopamine, allowing them to feel motivated, energized, focused, and ready for action. So let's get to practical steps. So on the mornings, again, when I wake up and I don't feel like going to the gym or starting my email work or starting working on some plans for my clients or working on some business things that I need to put in place in order to do more classes, get more collaborations, get more work, etc., grow my business. So on the mornings when I wake up and I just want to stay in bed and sleep in for another 2 hours, I wake up and without thinking, I get myself into the shower for 30 seconds. And of course, it has to be cold because hot shower does not jumpstart your dopamine or adrenaline. But cold shower does just that. The thing is, you don't have to be staying there for like 10 minutes. What you need is 30 seconds there, and that's it. So turn on cold shower, get in there, just close your eyes, and 30 seconds, you can do it. And the most important thing is that once you get it done, your whole day is transformed. You feel completely different, like you are on fire. Isn't that worth it? Like for me, there is no question. So those 30 seconds that you don't even have to think about, they will fly by really fast. And then you are rewarded with this cocktail of adrenaline and dopamine that gets you going without any coffee whatsoever. So first step is 30-second cold shower. The second step is your favorite music and doing few minutes. I just usually choose one track, one of my favorite tracks that, gets me energized and moving. I put it on into my noise canceling mini headphones, and I either do jumping jacks, do some very intense dancing, or burpees, something that gets your whole body moving. You can, if you have a mini trampoline that Tony Robbins recommends, you can do that for 5 minutes, work magically also. So put your favorite music on and move intensely for just 5 minutes, or just the duration of this song is also enough. How does that work? Well, music, for every single human being, their favorite music stimulates release of dopamine. Again, as long as you're a human being and you have a brain, it's going to work for you. Number 2, movement. Intense movement stimulates adrenaline and dopamine. And yes, you just got them in your shower and now you're boosting them even further. And so after even those two things, you already feel like you are on fire. You are ready to go, ready to act. It's like, all of a sudden somebody kickstarted your brain and you have a completely new one. The third one has more to do with our not willingness, especially in the morning, to jump right into some complex, perhaps long task. We just kind of like want to maybe start it easy, and you can actually use that quality of your mind or your character trait for stimulating more dopamine release. So what you do, your dopamine, another thing you want to understand, folks, your dopamine system absolutely loves progress, accomplishments. Every time we accomplish even a tiny thing, we get a little bit boost of dopamine, and we want to continue doing the work, making progress, accomplishing things. So what do you do with that knowledge? Before jumping into a complex task, do a couple of simple ones. Like maybe there are a couple of emails you could answer really quick. And then you'll feel accomplished. You'll get that dopamine boost and you'll have the energy to jump into the complex task. Just don't get into the habit of, doing a whole hour of emails. A couple of emails, a couple of tasks that will require, let's say, 10, 15 minutes of your list, even less. And that's all the dopamine you need to be feeling like jumping right into a more complex and a longer task. And those three things, folks, if you do them every morning, they work like magic. No matter how you wake up, how you feel in the morning, once you do those three things, especially, cold shower and your jumping jacks, listening to your favorite music, or it can be, again, intense dancing, whatever you choose, and then accomplishing a couple of tasks, crossing them off your to-do list, this will boost your dopamine, boost your adrenaline, that will give you energy, focus, and motivation to keep accomplishing things. And you won't even notice how a couple of hours fly by and you accomplish a ton more than you usually throughout your whole day. It is very powerful. It's based on science. It works for every single brain. So do it. And perhaps in the comments, let me know how it went for you. And I personally am sure that it will give you an amazing boost of energy, focus, and motivation that you didn't know you could have on demand like Netflix. And if you liked what you just heard and you want to learn more about neuroscience and biology of productivity and how you can boost it, create more of it every single day on demand, and also how to help your brain not fatigue, not burn out while you are so active pursuing and doing all these things now with this dopamine and adrenaline boost. If you want to learn more about that, practical stuff, then join our workshop this Friday, that is tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And if you're in Europe, it is 6 p.m. Central European time, right? So tomorrow, work smarter, harder isn't enough. If you are the kind of person who is committed to accomplishing a lot without fatigue and burning out and feeling completely exhausting and feeling like you need to stimulate yourself with all kinds of things, and losing your sleep and, having to cut out a lot of things in your life. If you want to be effective using neuroscience-based tools, then join our workshop, and the link to grab your seat is underneath this video. So join us and also do this experiment and you'll be absolutely hooked. That being said, folks, I think this is the end of today's live stream. Let me know what you learned, how you liked it, your experiments, test, join our workshop, and I'll see you very soon on